Resilience is very similar as an analogy to what we experienced in the ocean. The ocean is very cold. I don't like very cold. So as the ocean represents difficulty or suffering, we find ourselves in the midst of suffering. But what we have to do is face the pain as best we are able. We do everything we can to deal with that pain. It's not heroic to stay in suffering when you can leave it, but it is heroic to stay and test yourself and push yourself if you can't leave the suffering. But as soon as you do, you come out of that suffering, you're back on the safe ground, the beach. The next time you enter suffering, the ocean, the cold is not as bad. The pain that you experienced before is not as powerful, and the response that you have is stronger. So you can go in and you can suffer more now than you could the first time. Hi, my name is Scott Grant. I'm from Northern California, the Palisadro, Redding area, and it's an amazing place to raise a family. So my connection to Unbound and to Basecamp in particular is from my daughter Victoria, who works for Unbound, and I had the opportunity to come be a part of it, and I couldn't pass it up. My first Basecamp was an amazing event in 2021 in Florida, and I met an extraordinary group of students that I did not know what to expect. And what I found was that Unbound was a group of people where everybody cared and gave 100% of their effort to the success of all of the students, not just academically, but professionally and emotionally and personally. The whole student is the focus in Unbound, and that was the amazing part of the event, and I was so privileged to be a part of it. This Basecamp has been amazing. They had some changes at the very beginning, and I had to change when I was going to present. At first I thought that was going to be a challenge, and then after hearing the other speakers, it was perfectly combined, almost like orchestrated, that what I would add to it would supplement what other people were presenting.
Now, there's a gap between who I am and who I want to be.
Do you want to go out and try something new and look like an idiot when you fail? No, but force yourself to do it. That takes the authority away from the fear response and it puts it into your frontal cortex. The student body is neat to meet every year. They're amazing, and the return students, it's such a joy to catch up with them in their lives, because each time you get to learn a little bit more about the students and you kind of become familiar with this person and they had this event, and then you can come back in a year and go, oh, what happened with that? That's a gift that I don't take lightly.
Through the cycles toward ending the crisis.
Resilience can be applied across the board. Resilience is the battle of the mind. That's where the game is played and that's where it's won. So emotional resilience can apply to spiritual resilience and mental resilience, and it can open up windows to occupational resilience. It's all transferable, and it's all a battle of the mind. So when they apply one, they win because they can apply it in multiple areas. Resilience is not something you can take a pill for and transfer to. It is something that has to be developed through self-discipline and trial and error, and never quitting. Then you come out of that suffering and you prepare for the next event. And hopefully there won't be another event. But if there is, you know you now have the tenacity to reach this level, whatever that level is, in the suffering and still be okay. You've already done it, you've accomplished it, and you know you have the skill set for it. Unfortunately, God doesn't test us that way. He keeps pushing us. And He keeps pushing us to the point where we can grow and become the people that He made us to be. And that means going deeper into the ocean and deeper into the trial, and staying and sustaining yourself in that with God and with support and with all the things that you need. But you have to do it. You have to be the one who goes out into the waves and takes the pain. The final event is when you go all the way out and you are fully immersed in some significant suffering. But because you've trained up for it, because you've prepared, you're ready for it. And you can face that battle head on and succeed well. Not just make it through, but make it through well and with great progress in your life. That's when you come out of the water and you've conquered. You've reached the next step. Don't worry about it. God's got another trial, but that phase is done.
We had so much fun at Basecamp 2023. Thank you so much for watching.
Guys, thank you. Like this video, go subscribe to the channel if you haven't, comment below, especially if you were at Basecamp, if you have a favorite memory. Be Unbound, I'll see you around.